Today we got a video review of the Assassin XL from Lightning Camera Arms. Alright, well, for those of you that have been following along with my deer season this year, I've been using this camera arm here from Lightning Camera Arms. This is their Assassin XL. Basically, the owner of the company got in touch with me. He just wanted me to put it through its paces and see what I thought. So I've been using it all season long, and I'm just gonna give you guys my honest opinion of it today, good, bad, and otherwise, and let you decide whether this is the camera arm for you. So goods and bads of it. I'll start with the bad. This is a bulky arm, and it's a little on the heavier side. I attribute that mostly to the base and material that the arm itself is made out of. This Assassin is 3 moving sections, whereas they also have a Solo Pro. That one's just 2 sections, but they're longer sections. So that one's going to be a little bit shorter this way, which I think I would prefer. If you're going to do a lot of mobile hunting, that might be a consideration for you. I hunt out of a lot of the same spots all season long, so I can leave it in that blind and it's not as big of a deal, but still when I'm moving around I like to have something that's not quite so bulky, so that's my biggest drawback to it. Other than that, there's really nothing else bad about it, and honestly I really enjoyed using it. This arm section is like I said, they're pro grade, so it's a little bit higher, heavier build quality, and I mean you could reach all the way out with this thing, and it's got quite a range. I have my Canon 80D on here right now. That's my main filming camera, so and I added my light just to get some weight on there. This camera and light, this setup weighs 3 pounds on the dot. This arm I think is made to hold about 10 pounds. It handles this 80D really well in my opinion. One other thing I really liked about it was this first section here. There's a pivot point right here. So if you're in your tree like this, you know, you can take this and pivot this section closer towards you and lock that first arm section in, and then you can have all that reach and it's right next to you. And then if for any reason, you know, you need to shoot back this way or whatever, you can still do that. So that was one thing I liked. Also, when I used it in my my box blind, I was able to get this first section up towards the front of the blind, just giving me a little bit better angle for filming. But that's one nice thing I like. All these arm sections are pretty well put together. They're all fully bushed and everything like that, and nylon washers, and there's no metal on metal contact, so dead quiet. It's probably about 20 degrees today, and I've had it sitting out here for about 25 minutes just to really get it cold, and I mean it still moves flawlessly and there's no creaking to it, which is big when it comes to hunting and filming your hunts, especially bow hunting. The base here, I'll bring you in for a close-up of this, but basically what you have is you have 2 locking points up top here, and that'll do your left and right pivot adjustment, and then you have 2 locking, 1 on each side, farther forward, and that'll do your up and down. And with those 2 locking points, it makes it rock solid. You can lock this thing down and it's not going to move. I haven't had any issues with it at all. It stays true to level and everything like that, so really like how that is. But again, that's kind of where a lot of the bulk comes from, I think, is the space, but very good design as far as keeping a stable base and stuff like that. I have it attached to a tree here, and I don't know if you can tell, but this tree is definitely not straight in either direction. That's why I picked this tree. I wanted to be able to really show how versatile you can move this thing up and down, left and right, stuff like that. So really satisfied with that. This base in here separates from the arm base itself and is really easy to attach in there. They have this base, which I have a ratchet strap on, and then they also have a run and gun quick kind of base where The strap actually has a hook in it, it straps back to itself. Just makes it easier to kind of latch it on there. And then that's got a pull tension strap. There's a nut up top here that you use to really tighten that strap. You add extra pressure to it, which really helped when I used that quick detach or quick on the go base. They also have a base that you can screw into like a 2x4 or anything like that for like a box blind. That's what I use primarily in my box blind, so that worked out really well also. Overall, I really like the arm. It definitely holds up a lot better than some of the other arms I've used in the past. I mean, there's a lot of good things I can say about it. The goods definitely outweigh the bads in my opinion. I'll do some close-ups of this base and just kind of do a setup of it for those that are interested to see how it's set up. I set up the whole thing in about a minute, give or take, so pretty easy to do that too. So getting this camera arm attached to the tree is pretty easy. The base, just like any other base, ratchet strap it to the tree. You can see a keyhole here, and then there's 3 threaded holes up here. Depending on which model arm you have, you'll use those holes a little bit differently. The back of the arm itself here, you can see the pin here that drops into that keyhole, and then this track up here is where your left and right adjustment goes through. So basically, just put the arm, drop it into that keyhole, and it'll hold itself there. You kind of get a preliminary level if you want. And you just take these 2 thumb screws. They each have a welded nut down here, so you can screw that into the arm itself, and just for kind of storage transportation. When you set it up, you simply run it through there. And the nice part is I don't have to hold the arm or anything like that. I can get this most of the way there. And like I said, this is the Pro model arm, so it's got the 2 screws. But so you basically just get your left and right set, and tighten your thumb screws down, and it locks in solid. And then to move up and down, you would just loosen these and do the same kind of thing. So again, 1 on each side, just loosen them up, and then you can move this at quite a wide angle. So I mean, really any tree you're in, basically you'll be able to level this thing out. And having that bubble level right there is nice. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup. It's pretty basic. The design is simple, but it works, and that's all you need when you're out there. My hands are pretty cold. It's about 20 degrees, and I've been outside for probably a half hour now, and these are big enough where I can still get a good grip on them and stuff like that. So I really do like the leveling system on this. It works a lot better than some of the other camera arms that I've used. So that's the setup. It's pretty simple. You can get it on the tree and leveled out in probably a minute and a half. Regardless of which model you get, this base from basically this point back is all going to be the same. So here's that locking pivot to move this section in and out, and this doesn't move. It doesn't pivot like these other ones do, so you can lock that in whatever kind of position you want. It's really helpful just to kind of get the arm exactly where you want it, and I also like that it brings it away from the tree. I mean, your main pivot point out here is probably, I'd say maybe 16 inches from the tree, which gets it out around your body really easily. So this is that tension knob I was talking about, so if you really need to crank it down, you can do that. This tree that it's on is not straight at all, really, so I was very satisfied with that, just to know that you can put it on a crooked tree. If you guys are interested in these arms, go check them out. They're made in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. I mean, being from the Midwest, that's a local company for us. I mean, if you need customer service or you need parts replaced, anything like that, if anything happens, you're not having to deal with someone across the ocean or anything like that for customer service. So that was one aspect that really kind of got my attention when I was talking with the owner of the company. Yeah, this isn't a paid endorsement or anything like that. He just wanted me to run the thing through its paces and just kind of throw my thoughts out of there. I'll be giving this back to him, so it's not like I'm getting anything out of the deal. It's just my honest opinion. So that's just what I'm trying to bring to you guys. I know I looked at 3 or 4 different companies of camera arms. You know, everyone looks at the Muddies and the Fourth Arrows and stuff like that. This being a kind of a local company, I was interested in them, and I was able to connect with with the company owner. I'm pretty satisfied with the arm itself. Overall, I think it's a really good product. I have a few other products that are kind of innovative also that I haven't seen other companies make, but if you guys are interested in the system, I would recommend it. And yeah, just go check them out online for sure. If you guys have any questions about the arm itself, or how I liked it, some of the ways I set it up when I was in the tree and stuff like that, just comment below. We really like the interaction with viewers. So, but that being said, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for following along with my deer season. If you did so, it wasn't exactly what we expected, but I still got one more weekend that I'm gonna try and bow hunt. So it'll be cold, but we'll see if we can get it done. Deer are definitely moving around now, so we'll see what comes of that. Not sure how much I'm gonna film on that, but like I said, we'll see what comes of it. So thanks for watching, guys. For MN Outdoor Boys, I'm Chris Kluzak. Be safe and get outdoors.